Dee Dee is in Indian Wells, California. Dee Dee, you're on the Larry Elder Show. Thank you so much for calling.
Hey, Larry, it's Indian Hills, actually.
Indian Hills.
And yes, and I wanted to say, oh, boy, if I was in California, I would have been so proud to vote for you. You are the governor that we need for California.
Well, thank you.
And nasty Newsom, and Karen Bass, the mayor, I can't believe that they actually kept the Palisade Reservoir bone dry for 10 months with the excuse of saying, oh, well, there was a crack in the cover. No, you keep the water in the Palisade Reservoir, especially when you're coming into fire season. And all you do is fix the crack. You don't empty out the water and keep it bone dry for 10 months. And then when your population in these areas is growing, you do not cut down the amount of active fire stations. And you don't reduce your firefighting force. So, and you make sure that your hydrants have the water they need. I'm sorry, but this smells of the same thing that happened in Lahaina, Maui. And I'm just wondering, Larry, if Nasty Newsom wanted to benefit some of his donors who are big land developers by helping them by reducing all the population and taking down all the housing areas.
All I know is that Newsom has announced it's going to be this big Marshall Plan to rebuild these parts of Southern California that have been destroyed in a fire. If passed as prologue, often when these big giveaways are announced, certain people benefit. That's all I'm going to say. Even over on MSNBC Hee Haw, Joe Scarborough had some issues with Mayor Bass, number 42.
But also local LA officials coming under fire from all sides. The New York Times this morning reporting in their lead story, mounting criticism of Bass threatens grip on leadership, talking about the mayor. And it writes, the mayor told the Times that if she was elected mayor, not only would I, of course, live here, but I would also not travel internationally. The only places I would go would be D.C., Sacramento, San Francisco, and New York in relation to L.A. And the Times writes, that pledge has been spectacularly broken. And then they move over on A14. Hold on 1 second here. They move over and they talk about how she left at a time when the warnings for extreme fire emergencies were up. Now, though, the Times writes, her decision to leave the country at a time when the National Weather Service was warning of, quote, extreme fire weather conditions has set off a political crisis for Miss Bass. And the question that the New York Times asks is, will she be able to command the respect and the authority she needs to see Los Angeles through its darkest time?
We talked about a petition to have her resign, and also there's an effort to recall Governor Gavin Newsom. The reason I played that last clip is because this is Joe Scarborough, Trump-hating Joe Scarborough, who referred to Donald Trump as a fascist and essentially has been demeaning the Republican Party for years. After Donald Trump's election, this is the Trump effect. Now all of a sudden he's willing to criticize a fellow lefty. I know he was a Republican congressperson, but a long time ago he was bitten by a radioactive blue spider and changed his ideology. Thanks for watching these clips from the Larry Elder Show. If you enjoyed this content, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss a moment. More thought-provoking discussions are just a click away, so stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next one.